Hey all, this is Nick from Darkened Eyes here again. Today I'm going to be giving my 1 week later review of the Joye 510 electronic cigarette. The last video I posted, I kind of reviewed this against the SS number 7. I have since given away the SS number 7 in favor of the 510. A friend of mine wanted to get into e-smoking, so I gave her the number 7 as a starter. I'm hoping she will see the light and get a better unit like this, mostly because I have not been able to find decent parts for the number 7, so she's going to run out of an atomizer and a battery really quick. That being said, on to the review of the 510. So far, I've had great experience with this. The batteries are a little light for me. I tend to vape quite a lot, as I was a pretty heavy smoker for the 4 years before I picked this up. I've now been smoke-free for 2 weeks as of today exactly. So far things are going pretty good. But the batteries do seem to not last as long as I would like. I do have, as I noted in the last video, the personal charging case, which helps out quite a bit, but I tend to kill the batteries a little bit faster than the case can charge them. Not that big of a deal, though. I have the USB charger. I'll eventually be getting a USB pass-through for this. I also just picked up, and I'll be doing a review of this one later on once the battery is charged and I get to play with it, a DSC 801 pen style. Nice shiny titanium. I'll be keeping the 510 for my travel e-cig, as it's more compact, it's easier to carry, and I have the PCC for it. The 801 is going to pretty much be, as long as it works out pretty well, it's going to be my around-the-house e-cig for when I'm sitting here on the computer or playing video games or something, because the batteries are supposed to last longer. We'll see how that goes. I may get a pass-through for that, right, as opposed to the 510, depending on how the vapor production and everything is. We'll have to take a look at that. But on to the review of the 510. The 510, I like the unit. It gives great vapor. The cartridges could stand to hold a little bit more liquid, but if you fluff the polyfill inside them before you finish topping it off, you usually can put a couple more drops of liquid in. I haven't yet experimented with anything other than the standard polyfill cartridge inserts. However, I have heard great things about using tea bags and Fluval and a couple of other things to replace that holds more liquid and just generally can wick a lot better, gives better flavor. But I suppose that'll come in a little bit of a later date when I can have some time to sit down and experiment with it. As a lot of other people say, the atomizer does get quite hot. When you use this repeatedly over a short period of time, the atomizer does get very hot to the touch. It does start changing the flavor of the vapor. If you were to take it and hold it, it does get hot enough to where you would not want to physically touch the atomizer portion of the 510. That can be alleviated by either taking some shorter drags or just putting it down for a few minutes, going back to it a few minutes later. The battery connection is very solid. It screws in very well. The battery is sealed, as I noted in the last video, so you don't have to worry about if you drip right into the atomizer, liquid leaking down into the battery. I have yet to properly find a level of dripping into the atomizer where I don't get at least some leakage, so that's a great thing right there. Most of the time when I'm at home, I tend to drip instead of use a cart, just because it's easier. I don't have to worry about how many carts I have full or which ones are over on the table that have juice in them. I just put 2, 3, 4 drops into the atomizer depending on what bottle I'm using it from, and I go from there. But in terms of, like I said, vapor production on this is pretty good, and I'll give you a demonstration of that. Right now I'm using Marlboro Menthol flavor from the Vapor Pro. I know they're the same place I got the 510 kit from. Great shipping, great prices. I can't keep raving about these guys, otherwise they're probably going to come back and hit me in the head for talking about them too much. Don't know why that would work, but as I said, really good vapor production. I can't quite get the great clouds of vapor that some of the other guys like Movie Ghost and Grim Green and Eskimo Vapor can do, but I've only had an e-cig for about 2.5 weeks now, so I'm sure I'll get the hang of it eventually. But yeah, I love this thing. I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon. In fact, when I was out, I actually picked up my 801 at a local shop that I found carried a couple parts. I picked up a spare titanium atomizer just to have as a backup in case one of the two that came with this dies. So that's all I've got for the 510 review. Well, keep on vaping. Keep your eyes open. We're watching you.